In this example, we're going to examine place-value relationships. Use the place-value chart to fill in the blank with the appropriate place-value number. So let's take a moment to look at the place-value chart and think about how these numbers were related. You saw in the mini-lesson packet that every time we move one unit to the left in the place-value chart, this number is 10 times as large as the number before it. So even if I look at 1 million and 10 million, 10 million is 10 times as large as 1 million. 100 million is 10 times as large as 10 million. Well, this actually works if we move more than one place value as well. So comparing 1 million and 100 million, we move two spaces, and 100 million is 100 times as large as 1 million. Notice the number of places we move is the number of zeros after 1 that tell us how many times larger it is. So now let's do a couple of examples using this chart. So 10 million, so let's highlight where that is blank times larger than 100,000. And here's 100,000. So let's see how many place value columns we'll move. So starting at 100,000, we'd move 2 places to the left. So this would be 10 100 times as large, or 1 followed with 2 zeros. So there's a 0 for every place value you move to the left. So let's fill this in. 10 million is 100 times larger than 100,000. Now let's look at the next one. 1 billion, which is right here, 1 in the billion section, is blank times larger than 100. And 100 is right here. So you can probably imagine that this would be a very large difference. Having $1 billion is a lot more than having $100. But let's see how many times as large. So we're going to count the place values. And we're moving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 place values, which is equivalent to a 1 followed by 7 zeros. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, I'm not even sure what that number is until I put in the commas. So I'll start at the right, and then I'll count 1, 2, 3 numbers, and then put in a comma. 1, 2, 3, and that's where the comma goes. So 1 billion is 10 million times as large as 100. So that means if you had $1 billion in $100 bills, you'd have 10 million $100 bills. That would be nice. So let's fill that in. 1 billion is 10 million times larger than 100. Let's get ready for the next one. Okay. Our next example is a little bit different. It says 7 10,000s is blank times larger than 700. So this one, let me make that a different color. This one is a little bit different because instead of 1, an actual place value, it actually gives us the number 7. So here's hundreds, and here is 10,000s. However, notice that there are 7 of each of them. So I think you'll agree that if we had 7 tens, that would be 7 times larger than 7 units, because each single 10 would be 10 times each single unit for all 7 of them. So as long as the numbers are the same, we can use this same idea. So we would start at the smaller number, we move over 2 place values to the left, so that again will be a 1 with 2 zeros. So 7 10,000s is 100 times larger than 700. Let's look at the last one. 800 million. So here's our 100 millions column. Let's get rid of this. So we have 800 millions. We want to compare that to 800 thousands. And here's the 100 thousands column. So again, notice both of the numbers are 8. Okay, so we can just compare by counting the number of places between them in the place value chart. So starting at 100 thousands, we move to millions, 10 millions, and 100 millions, and that's 3 place values. So we have a 1 with 3 zeros. So 800 million is 1,000 times larger than 800,000.